Hey, so hi, I'm back. Feeling pretty exhausted, feeling pretty drained, but very, very good for the fact that I was very, very poorly for a good few days there. Thank you to everybody that put out that healing, felt it, and I'm so lucky to have such awesome and powerful people around me in all varying walks of life. uh, the people that came to me, the people that energetically worked with me, the healing that was sent. I just love and appreciate all of you, and you all know who you are. Brothers and sisters to me always. And so those connections are so important. So that is just one good thing that came out of this, in that being very poorly, you recognize that, damn, I've got it real good in the people that I have around me and the type of people that I have around me. And there's even been a filtering of people, which I think a lot of people are naturally going through right now, a filtering of those that would do you harm or mean no good, and just letting the universal energies let them go, out of your life. And that would be good also, because the core of people that are left around you, you see and appreciate them for who they are. And so that is just one of the good and awesome things that came out of this. I'm going to describe the symptoms a little bit for those who want to know, in that it was very interesting as an experience altogether, in that I had a lot of time, which I don't usually take a lot of time, as people who know me know, um, to gain those inner standings, those downloads, those messages. And I am always getting those, but it does show you that you need to keep in remembrance that you need to take out that time, and maybe I need to take out some more time to do that, and be in connection with source energy, with universal energies, to replenish, to know more, to discover more. You all know I'm a Gemini with an Aquarius rising and a Gemini moon. I love to discover. I love to swim in the cosmos and discover more, put things together, find out plans, plots, and just knowings. It excites me. And so that was another thing. But the symptoms were that I had just this extremely dangerously high temperature that would not go down with paracetamol, with ibuprofen, alongside other things, would not go down. Fans on, damp cloths on, and I was coming in and out, to be quite frank. It got so high. I would not go into hospital. I refused. Anybody living in the UK right now who is awake will know why. I refused that. And my daughter had been staying at my mum's, and she came really quick to look after me. And obviously they were very worried. This temperature would just not go down. Did not have a cough, did not have swollen lymph nodes, did not have any, infected sputum, for want of better words, no sinus problems, the usual things, no urinary tract infections, the usual things that I know would usually come with a temperature. No appendicitis, no nothing like that. It was just this temperature and the symptoms that brought with it, in the delirium, the confusion, the uncomfortableness. Yes, being sick, but only at the highest, not very much, and only at the highest points of my temperature, which a temperature will do to your body. It wasn't as if it was a gastro thing either. No, so this temperature was the symptom, basically. And it took days to even start to come down of constant damp cloths, fans on, ibuprofen, paracetamol. It was insistent, that this temperature, and I went with it as much as I could, to say, my body obviously needs to heat up right now. I've been saying a lot of what is going on right now, it needs the cold. it needs to be at a certain level, which is why I advise everybody, if they can get into the sun, get on the sunbeds, go and get on those sunbeds, go and get in the sun. I know it'll make a difference. The heat is not liked by a lot of the things that are in the collective right now, if you know what I mean. And so trying to go with it and let my body do that, reaching out to some key people that I know have powers, and knowing that they were with me, feeling the support of fantastic friends. Once it started to climb to a more controllable state, I was putting together some of the visions I'd been having while I was going in and out at the highest point of the temperatures. And then the clearer thoughts setting in, today being the first day, which is why I'm still pretty exhausted, today being the first day that my temperature is, hanging in there at, a little bit high, but not terribly high. But, I know it's higher than it would be if it's less high than it would be if I hadn't still taken paracetamol and stuff. So it's hanging in there at like 37.9, which is far better, believe you me, than what it was. And this went on for days and days. I started to put together the sequence of events, and I want you to think of that snake shedding its skin. I've mentioned it before, but just take out the word snake, but that snake shedding the skin, what is going on right now. They don't need everybody. And I've warned for a long time now, even before these, bioweapons came out. I warned that they would come out, and they have come out, as I said, they would, and I'm not happy about that. And the seriousness of this really does need to be taken seriously, that, things are coming about that I've had visions of, that I've tried to warn people about, that I've tried to speak out about. And many other people have, but not enough action is being taken, in that they don't actually need, right now anyway, at this stage of plans, to have everybody take this, concoction, this infusion, They don't need that. The sequence of events, and thinking of a snake, thinking of shedding. And of course, I'm speaking in code because of, we're in what we are in now, a world occupation. We are under occupation, and speech is being monitored. Things are being suppressed, twisted, distorted. And so, and there's a balance in life. I need to be able to maintain a channel. I need to be able to maintain an income. I got a bit of shade for that, actually, not long before I took poorly. And it is what it is, that my children come first. So if you want to listen to my content, listen to it. If you don't. But this is how we've got to dance right now. So I had, on the day before the Thursday, not Thursday gone, the Thursday before, I had an engineer come to the house, here about 15 minutes, but it was a really clammy, warm day. He was sweating, and he proudly announced that he'd been double jabbed. And I'd been feeling funny around him anyway. Thankfully, the children were in the bedrooms. I get them to stay out the way when any workmen are around, so it's the only polite thing to do, so they don't get under their feet. And they were being good boys. They were out of the way. I had to show him a few places in the house, and made a cup of tea and things. And so, but this, being double jabbed. After that, I went out somewhere, and there is a great big tower there. They're switching that on at the moment, gradually, in the UK. I know I was already feeling poorly. I'm feeling a bit off. I know that I was a victim to shedding. I know that had an effect on my body, and I'm presuming that I'm pretty much accurate on the fact that those towers that I was around activated such snakeskin shedding. Hence me having none of the normal symptoms that would come with a temperature. And for it to be such a raging temperature. And yes, the body can do that for reasons, but I just know what I know. Didn't lose any taste, didn't lose any smell, like the normal flu would do that to you. And just, I knew that, all right, that's what's happened here. You know, and it took a while to come down, and it's not good to have a temperature that high for more than 24 hours at all anyway, let alone days. So they don't need everybody right now at this part of the plan to have that infusion. But encourage as many as they can, but they don't need as many, because part of experimentation is watching the results. And right now we are being watched as to what results snakeskin shedding will have upon the collective too. How many that will take out. I'm not for a date. What is going on right now is serious. So serious. And it's not as if, oh, I've been poorly and I come back and doom and gloom. I'm not doom and gloom. I'm all up for this. I'm all up for the, reset, but on our terms. I'm all up for the finally truth's being told. I'm all up for the unindoctrination. I'm up for it. I'm excited for it. I'm, raging for it. I'm ready for it. I'm with the right people for it. But the seriousness of actually what is happening, I think, needs to sink in, even to a lot of the spiritual community and awake community. These beings, these family lines have been doing this experimentation. We are more than likely a result from a long time ago of experimentation, of gene editing. What is going on right now is that we are under a world occupation. We are under attack, and it is at a DNA level. And like a movie, the news, the mainstream media is suppressing the reality from country to country. So nobody's actually, well, not nobody, there are a lot of people putting two and two together, but there are a lot of people that aren't. And, we're treating them with kid gloves still. And that, he probably announced that as he was leaving. If he'd announced that when he came to my house, I would have said, send another engineer. Send another engineer. Now, at some talks that I've done, I've spoken freely, and I've spoken prevalently regarding the children. I've spoken very much so out about social services. I've spoken very much so out about the next aspect of the plan, the reasons that they've built up all the schools to look like prisons. Then after I spoke about that, not long after, it was confirmed. They started sending letters out, not to everybody, just to key schools, to say that schools will lock down. And parents will not be allowed to get their children if the government says schools need to lock down, with a great big list of reasons as to why that lockdown could occur, even down to a roaming dog. I don't know what it's going to take to break this spell. I don't know what it's going to take for people to rise up, in their knowing, in their occult knowledge, in their wisdom, to be able to see that this is real. And many will not survive. And the children are next. since it began, and I have personal experience of this, I'm not willing to go into it right now, you know, family members working for them, taking care of a child on behalf of them. The SS in the UK in particular has acted illegally to remove children. It's acted illegally right now. There's a man in the UK that, due to his views on what is going on right now and his views regarding homeschooling his child, as we all should right now, they've taken his child mob-handedly, police and the social services won't tell him where she is. They're deeming him as mentally ill for those beliefs. But his beliefs seem to be based on facts. Seems to have done his research very in depth. So, what does it take for people to say no? Fair enough. Maybe, you know, I feel we were an experiment. Fair enough. I feel we have been for a long, long time in this history loop that keeps continuing. Wayne's spoken about it, this loop of whatever occupants we have had in this realm, in this dimension for a long time, has maintained a level of reset every 100 years, has coerced and taken over, taken control of key aspects of the systems that we are meant to uphold and work our way through and respect. For a long time, this history loop has continued, and this reset was always necessary. One, because they cannot stop experimenting, and two, because they cannot let a certain amount of people survive past that, to be given birth too much, to pass down too much real history. And so this editing is happening now. Now, a lot of what I've said, both on here and in public, has come to pass, unfortunately. I am about love and light. Believe me, I am about love and light. I love love and light. And give all that and more. But it's not just about that. And while I was poorly, you know, I was in the astral a lot. And there's not a definite winning feeling. Not in the astral that affects this realm very directly. There's, you know, you don't go in there as a neophyte to the levels I was going into. You don't go in there as a neophyte just saying just love and light. You go in there with wisdom. You go in there with divinity and sovereignty and authority, which don't go in at all. Also love and light with that, but not just that. There has been so much more going on under our noses, and it seems so far out there because, you know, things are so cleansed and indoctrinated and controlled. What I did in the last video when I was describing them building another false dimension, but that dimension would be real because, you know, it would be an upload dimension of a lot of our consciousness using our soul energy. When I've spoken out about the kind of experimentation of remote viewed, that then I've been, it's, you know, it's been coming out, the information regarding in China, and it isn't the Chinese, it is China, you know, doing the dirty work for these families and the puppets that come from those families. When I've spoken out about that a lot, I wasn't kidding. And for those who want to dig, they'll find it now there. And so this isn't a losing battle. The reason they have to work so hard to do this kind of thing also is not just because of their psychopathic tendencies, but also because if we can finally lift the veil of this matrix wall, dissolve the conditioning, and see the beauty of this realm one, but also start to be able to absorb the powers that it would naturally give us and activate our DNA that way. We are mutants. We do have DNA there that is not junk. It's dormant in a lot of people, but it's not junk. I saw that. I activate that a lot in the astral, but this activation was big. But it takes a dissolving of the control mechanisms and beings within those control mechanisms that have been here for such a long time. When people are talking about, oh, you know, God this, God that, you know, God will come and save us, God's wrath and all of that, what God are you talking about? Are you talking about the same God that is attached to the same churches that if you look at Canada right now, Kamloops? Is that the same God that you expect? That being's not coming to help you. That being helped create this. You know, got to give it its due. It had its powers in a lot of people's consciousnesses. But again, it's masquerading as source energy, masquerading as a source energy that would then mold and reflect the negative male aspect of this God into these systems. If that God was so connected to this realm, there are many people of many different colored skins worshipping that God. Would racism have gone on quite so long? No. So we have to be really diligent and careful about what we're asking for and be ready to allow so many belief systems, so many indoctrinations to dissolve away in order for us to win. In order for us to create a balanced, harmonic realm that our children can at least experience, yes, the dips, the dives and the highs and the blisses of life, but in a safe way, where they are not treated as an experiment, where they are not treated as food. And I wonder how many people have got it in them to do that. You know, if we look at what I said in a video a long time ago regarding this being World War II revisited, that never ended. It goes beyond that, you know, it goes, you know, to all of the major events. If we think about all of that, what I said about the masked and the unmasked, and then people, you know, took a few months, but people started talking about it. People started wearing yellow stars and things because they could see the, you know, at first I got a bit of heat for that from people. even people around me thinking that was too far out, you know, the masked and unmasked video that I did, the comparisons that I was making towards these plans that are rolling out with World War II, that anybody who knows me knows I'm really connected to. My granddad suffered, as well as many others, a great deal of pain and torture because of it. And in World War I, my family really suffered. And that's another visit I had for another video while I was out for the count. But if we think about that and see the comparisons, if you look up Amazing Polly on BitChute, the family that she's just exposed there, being right back from, you know, the N-word Germany to now, never stopped being in eugenics, in the infusion works, never stopped the human experimentation. And all governments have supported it, including the US, the UK, all of them, Australia, all of them. And it's clear to see. She does an amazing video on that. Go and watch it. And they are literally profiting right now in more ways than most can believe on what is happening, and the fact that people are still not taking this as seriously as they ought to, still not having the amount of righteous indignation that they should maybe have regarding the fact that it is so in your face what is happening. And it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't. So I'm going to do some more videos regarding the editing and what I saw in visions and what I felt I saw in other dimensions regarding the aims of not just the morbidity rate for this plan, but also the plan that they have for those that survive. I mentioned a little while ago the mutations of babies being born, the mutations of the young, and then probably the mutations of the older. A good while back now, I had that warning to mention that a drug would be hitting the streets. So yes, they'll go through pharmaceutical means, but like always, they'll hit the streets also for those that they're not reaching. I feel they're already doing this with a lot of the homeless people. Are you seeing less homeless people in the UK? I am. And it's not because they've opened up shelters during this pandemic. So it's a lot to comprehend, and I'm still a bit in spirit in that, you know, this has been really deep, a really in-depth connected process, both exciting, frustrating and exhilarating. And this is just my not so brief update as to that. I'm going to be doing more videos as and when I can. I'm still resting. I'm still doing my website, which is doing much better. I recognize that I was trying so hard to do it on a program that I'd been paying for a long time. You know, that I was trying to do it on a program that a neophyte shouldn't be even touching, as far as a neophyte with tech. And that so, but I was clinging on to it because of the amount of money I've spent each month to maintain it, thinking I'll get it done, I will learn, and I've learned a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's not my forte. And I was getting a bit upset about it, and then it was Abby and my mum who'd said, Jenny, there's this one that helps you so much more. It's so much more simple. It hasn't got the grandiose designs that you had. in your head that you're trying to achieve and had achieved some of them, you know, just let go, because the more you pay, the less likely you are to have your internet, your website done. You know, let it go, write that off to experience. Now we've got even more experience to do it on this easier one, so it seems to be going a lot quicker, a lot better, so fingers crossed that won't be long also. So I'll be doing that too, but I have got a lot to drop on you. So stay tuned, please. Share the videos, it really does help. And book in for your personal readings. Yeah, I'm taking a few more days, but I can book in for the personal readings, spiritual coaching, energy work. You know, I did a lot of that while I was lying there. Thank you, Zach, my high priest. He connected with me in meditation. Thank you, my sister Susie. And Wayne, you connected with me in meditation. I felt you. Appreciate you all. And so Gaia too, I felt you too, a great deal, a lot of you. But so that was just beautiful, and it's blown me away. And you guys, your energies have still got me up there a bit, you know, and when I get into that floaty spiritual you know, realm, but still in this physical. So I will be dropping them as and when I can. I love you all. It's a lot to take in, and I know sometimes it might get frustrating that you know, I'm you know, the life of any party. I'm the smiler, you know. I'm the happy-go-lucky and easygoing, and for whatever it is, I found myself in this realm, on this path, knowing that this is what I'm supposed to do, to be dropping this. And I know sometimes it's like, oh, can I not just talk about just love and light? Can I not just, you know, talk about rainbows? Well, rainbows are pretty awesome and pretty in depth. But can I not, you know, can I not just do that? And yes, I can't just do that, but I can't just not do the rest of it, of what I see and what I know I'm meant to drop. And because I know that's what I'm here to do. And so you know, like it or lump it, you know, this is where we are at, and it can be exciting and exhilarating, and it can be a euphoric feeling if we can rebalance this realm and boot out these hijackers. Believe you me, a lot of them are the same people. Uploading the consciousness. And get rid of that. This is exciting. So don't just think I'm all just doom and gloom. Just trying to be real. There's been psyops on all levels, especially in the spiritual community, to get people to, you know, sit back, trust God, sit back, just send love and light, sit back. When we sit back, we get big, we get fat, we get slow. So yes, go forward in love and light. Yes, go forward in positivity, but go forward in wisdom too, in knowledge and in balance, and with authority. And then see where we can get. Let's see what we can achieve after that. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. I'm going to keep taking breaks in between videos and get things done slowly but surely. But I'm back. I love you all and I appreciate you all. And this journey, this ride, I can't think, couldn't even paint in my mind's eye better people to be with at this point in this time. Even those who are so far away from me, I'm connected to you like that. Got your back, you've got mine. And those who are so close to me, like that, you know, and that's euphoric. That's amazing. And it's real. It's real. And so a lot to contemplate, you know, a little bit, you know, some might say waffling, but, you know, in my waffles, if you listen to them, I drop some big hints as to what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to let you go. Much love. It feels weird just recording since I've been going live. I felt a bit nervous, to be honest. I didn't want to just go live straight away. You feel like you've been gone for a year when you've been gone a week, or just over a week. So yeah, I appreciate you all. Mwah.